Because if you didn't, you wouldn't ask us stuff that force us to lie. Asking us questions like, what made you approach me the night that we met? Knowing good and well he can't say, that ass was fat. It was fat. Me and my boys went out, we were like, where the hell is that, nigga? And then you came in, I was like, there they go, there the hoes over there. Don't say that, you'll lose your lady. Don't say that. So we lie. And ladies, you love it. If you didn't love it, I'm telling you, it's not even good enough to lie. Fellas, you have to start lying the way they want you to lie. Women like their lies with effort. They don't like half-ass lies. And they don't like lies that they feel like you've been telling. They like personalized lies. I'll tell you a lie several men will have to tell today. When y'all leave here, you're gonna have to be like, I don't need this jacket. I don't even want this jacket. I wanna take my jacket off and give it to you. Even though I told you before we left the house. And not only do you have to give her the jacket, you have to tell that lie, but you have to tell it the way she wants you to tell it. And the way she wants you to tell it is your pleasure to give her the jacket. This makes you feel good. This is what you want. You don't believe me? Try to give it to her angry. Say, take the fucking jacket. She will not take your angry ass jacket. She'll disrespect your jacket. Don't nobody want your stupid ass, dumb ass, ugly ass jacket, but she won't take your angry ass jacket. And not only does it have to be your pleasure, it has to be your idea. Because she will not ask you for the jacket. Because in her mind, you saw I was cold. So you should want to risk pneumonia if that's what it takes to keep me warm.
So true.
And even though she will not ask for the jacket, do not let her make it to the car without that fucking jacket. If she makes it to the car without that jacket, she'll treat you as if she asked for the jacket. And you were like, bitch. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even though she will not ask you for the jacket, she'll give you a hint to let you know when it's jacket time. Y'all will be leaving the show. You'll be talking, and she'll realize that it's cold. That wind will hit her, and she won't say anything. She'll just start looking up at you, waiting for you to make eye contact. And as soon as you make eye contact, she'll go, this means it's jacket time, nigga. Don't fuck this up. And you give her the jacket, and that should be the end of it. It should. But it's not, because she needs to know how you feel about giving her the jacket. She needs to know it's your pleasure. So you have to smile all the way to the car. And she will be checking. She will be looking at you to see. Only problem is, fellas, you're only human. And it's cold outside. So you'll get halfway to the car and she'll start seeing your shoulders creeping up to your ears. And that's when she'll ask you the dumbest question anybody has ever fucking asked you. She'll look you right in the face and go, are you cold? Fellas, do not confuse this with concern. She don't give a fuck if you're cold. She's checking to see if it's still your pleasure. It's not an open-ended question. The answer is no. All right? And you better put a cherry on top. Cold? Hell no, I ain't cold. I love seeing my breath. That's how she wants to be lied to. Lie accordingly.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91 late night special. I know there's a few swear words in there. I do apologize, guys, but it was funny and I had to bring it in its fullness. But this topic, we're talking about this topic. We've been doing episodes the last few weeks now. Where this is no different. And today's episode, Dilemma Wednesday, we're talking about sometimes you've got to lie to your partner. Sometimes you've got to lie to your partner. Now you're probably saying to yourself, I don't agree. You always tell the truth. And I would agree with you to some degree. And then I started thinking about it. Can we tell the absolute truth to our partners? I'm sure the fellas will feel some type of way, and I'm sure the ladies will feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure both sides will probably say that there's some things that they can't tell the other side truthfully about how they feel. You know what I mean? But, I'm not doing this conversation alone. I've got my fabulous co-host with me, looking wonderful and amazing as always. Yes, I would say the delectable, but, we really got a delectable deacon on this thing. So can't have two delectable.
Please shine alone.
How are we doing, Jenny? You all right? That's right. As we know. But Jay, talk to me. Sometimes you got to lie to your partner. Yes. Do you agree with the statement?
Yes.
Wow.
No, I'm lying now. No. No, I do not agree with this statement. No, why would you do that? Oh my God. Why? Why would you lie? No.
Well, sometimes you gotta lie, let them know that,
You gotta lie to be able to lie with your partner sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I see what you did there. Word.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta sprinkle a I'm not going to say lie.
Okay. What would you call it?
A little embellishment. Just a little embezzling.
What is it that what is it that the let me not make it specific, but what is it that the ladies are having to embellish about? Knowing that our opinions aren't always, sometimes for entertainment. I mean, what is it that the ladies are having to, not tell the truth on?
First of all, ladies, do not tell the truth. Okay, let's get that clear.
That's the first lie right there.
Like that, okay.
That's the first lie right there.
First of all, okay, let's get that straight. All right, real women don't lie. All right, real women don't lie. I mean, let's be fair. Whether we're speaking the lie or living the lie, there's a lie being told all the time. Makeup, nails, hair, wardrobe. Sometimes even personality. It all be a little embellished. It'd be a little sprinkled on. A little something added on top. A little Salt Bay added on top. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not really a lie. It's a accentuation of the truth.
These phrases. A situation of the truth.
Yeah.
I have no clue what that means, but it sounds good. That's how the lie starts. Listen, I mean, look, I honestly feel if I look back at past relationships, I think there is always a lie I think there's always lies. I think there's always and I'm not talking about, where was I? Not that kind of lie. I'm talking about personal lies. I'm talking about, like, for us men, let me just say this. When she says, do I look big in this? You can't tell the truth. Because you might not get nothing that night. I think you need to tell the lie at that point. I think you need to say, no, babe, you look fine. You look great. You look wonderful. You look amazing. I think that's what I call a little personal lie. That saves you some warfare.
That's upon knowing your person. That is upon knowing your person, because some people don't want those types of lies. They actually want the truth in those moments. I would say, and I'm just talking about that specific situation scenario you gave on, and most of the time we hear that all the time. If she looks big in this, please say a lie or whatever. But if you know your girl, sometimes I be trying to look a little thick. So tell me, lie in the right way, so you don't know which way you're going in this lie too. Because don't tell me I don't look good thick up in it. I'm trying to look thick in something. You feel me? So you got to know your person. But there are times like, and like you said, to say warfare, sometimes you'll lie about how you feel. Just like how that video was talking about, I'm cold. He's cold too. But no, he's supposed to be like, no, I feel great, babe. I'm warm enough to give you this jacket. Sometimes we as women will lie about how we feel about a certain situation just so we don't have to either deal with the warfare, the back and forth, or as I would like to say, protect the ego of our partner.
What kind of things are we talking about? How are we talking about like performance?
Could be. Could be like you're bad at taking directions, but we're gonna still let you drive. Though we're gonna be lost several times on that way. Sometimes it is, as you say, performance, how you show up in the game.
I think sometimes as men, something that could be sensitive is, and this won't be for you because we know you're a chef, but some people's cooking. Sometimes as men, we just got to say, yeah, babe, it's good. Meanwhile, we know it's not that great. Because really and truly, we just appreciate the fact that you actually did cook. And you may not cook again for a very long time. So we just got to, sometimes you got to suck up that truth and let that marinate for an appropriate time. You know what I mean? I think sometimes that's got to be the situation.
I like AW saying this. I'm not lying about performance, but you got to explain it in the right way. But sometimes while you're explaining it, you're sprinkling some lie up in there because you're still dealing with a delicate situation. And when you're telling somebody about their performance, male or female, men or women, that's not easy to talk about, no matter which way you talk about, because that's still going to it's going to be a blow to that person to hear they're not living up to par, even if this was a one-off. So it's not, I like when it's like, oh, I'm just going to tell the truth, and then you just got to figure out a way. If you're like a person like me, sometimes it'd be a little blunt because it's just easier just to get straight to the point. This is like, as I'm trying to think of all these pleasantries that I need to say, but I'm still confusing you and what I need to say or what I'm actually trying to say or whatever. Sometimes it just sounds easier if I just be like, bam, this is what it is. But I'm also not trying to break a person. So sometimes I might succumb to this thing of saying, oh, maybe it's just me. It's not. I know it's not me. I know damn well it's you.
But I'm trying to spare your feelings.
But as we ease our way into this conversation, I gotta somehow make you comfortable enough to have this conversation. I don't want you just to put up a wall as soon as I say the first thing. And you get into your head and start thinking about everything else other than what I'm actually saying. So sometimes it's, I know people hate the fact that we are like this, but we're human and we're born into a way of manipulation. We're born into sin. So you can't act like manipulation is not a part of that. And so we're born into these things, and you still have to lie in a good way. It sounds great bad, but it still has to have a lie in a good way to have a person be comfortable enough to even have hard conversations and be blunt and be open and honest and completely raw with somebody, yet still have love wrapped all in that. Because all of those things are up, like, and really going against each other, but to be able to have it all wrapped into it, you have to draw and pull a whole bunch of different sources that a whole bunch of things that don't belong together is going to be in there. And the truth is somewhere in there, tangled in a lot of the web sweet nothings and what are they, sugar coated messages, that there's some little bits of pieces of dishonesty that's in there. So it's just like, as much as we like to pretend that we're honest or transparent and stuff, and I was having like a lot of this conversation with somebody this weekend or whatever, stuff like that, there's still ways around both. That the truth is not always just all out there. Yeah. I don't want to keep just talking, but I'll let you go and then I'll come. So, no, because no, I was just gonna say I remember a time when I was in college and my good guy friends and stuff. I used to be like, "That's my bro." Like we used to claim each other like brother sister because we went through like junior college and stuff together or whatever. And he was just explaining to me like, if a girl was to catch him doing anything in one detail and her whole story was off, he was going to use that to get out of anything or whatever and stuff like that. And that was like showing me that there's a flaw in like every story that can be manipulated some type of. You just have to look for that flaw. And if that person never finds that flaw, it's like, are you really lying? Or are you actually lying because they were wrong and they got that detail, or you created a story around that one thing that makes it seem like it's not the truth. However, it is still the truth. But that one thing, so if you're able to do all of that thing, you're creating a whole world, you're creating a whole scenario. There is a lot of those things that are details that are not actually true. So to act like we just don't ever lie in a situation, period, is wild to me. Because ain't not one of us Jesus. And I ain't gonna, and I would love to hear the first person say, I have never lied in a situation or a relationship that I was in to keep the peace. Because we all have. Regardless if it's work relationship, business relationship, I mean, not business, but siblings, family, spouse, lover, period. We all have done some type of form of lie to say peace in a relationship.
I definitely agree that. I think obviously, in relationships, there is whether it's a conscious or unconscious kind of lie that kind of comes out from people. You know what I mean? Like, even or at least maybe a lie, but by omission, right? So I think everybody has their kind of things that they may omit, right? So for instance, like for a man, let's say money's quite tight today or tight this month, right? Rather than saying that it's tight, we might omit that information and just go on like we're still balling. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And of course, I'm going to say again, of course, if you continue to do that, it's not going to be a good look because, of course, it's going to eventually. But you're hoping that by doing that in the next week or month or so, it's going to sort itself out. You want to, and in essence, a lie is to buy yourself a little bit of time, right? It's to buy yourself a little bit of breathing space in that moment. And I don't know, my brain keeps going through this. I don't know why my brain keeps going to stupid stuff. No, I shouldn't say stupid stuff, but I think my brain keeps going to things that could be insecure for men that I think women would happily lie about to keep peace. I know I said about obviously performance, but it made me think again a little bit about if your man's piece is small. Should you now come out and be like, baby, it's small, but I love it? Like, you can. You can. But is it a bit of an ego breaker to do that? Do you know what I mean? Isn't it better to say, like, you know what, you're the perfect size? And it might not be. It just might be. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm just saying. So is that again? And I'm saying it because I think that is some of the things that men are naturally like insecure about. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hairline. Like let's say his hairline is back, and you're like, baby, I love the fact your hairline is back. Okay, you got the coast wave going on. Yeah, but you don't like
shores are pushed back.
You don't like the pushback. You don't like the fact that it's that far back. You don't really like it like that. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell the truth. There are better options here to maybe say that, babe, maybe you look better with a bald head. But I'm just saying to you, like, there are certain things that maybe don't need to be broached as such in order to save the relationship in that particular aspect. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, of course, if his shirt was too tight and he's bursting all over the place, yeah, you tell your man, look, change the shirt. but I mean, things that are very generally can damage someone on a deeper level. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's less of a lie, but more of a, like we said, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess it is a lie. It's a protective white lie in a sense, if you want to call it that, or kind of aspect.
So it gets tricky, and so it goes back to my transparency and honesty thing or whatever and stuff like that. Because see, for me, how I look at transparency is kind of like you're jumping out there. You're just volunteering information or whatever and stuff like that. So say the same scenario about your girl in the outfit or whatever. So it's like transparency. I can sit here and say and be honest at it because it's your girl. You'll be honest. You can be honest with it because it's your girl. You might not like the outfit or agree how she totally looks in it, but babe, you look great. Opposed to her asking you, because then when she asks you, the transparency part can still be there. However, that truth can cut a lot different because now if I'm being transparently honest on how I feel when you ask me, and I'd be like, no, I don't really like that on you. You know what I'm saying? That I know you feel good in it, but I don't feel like I feel great. Evident that hits a whole lot different when she asks you. But if I was to volunteer the information before, so transparency kind of works when it's volunteered before asked. Now this is where honesty comes in, and it's just like, if she asks you, this is where you go, am I going to tell the lie or I'm going to tell a nice, softer truth? Yeah, it's cool, babe. Or like how we and the homegirls be like, you know, I like that look for you.
Now, you know what that means. You know what that means. I like the labor's friends were like, yeah, he cool in that.
For you.
For you.
That mean no.
That's another one of those lies. Because really and truly, if your friends were really honest about how they felt about your man, he ugly to us. Yeah. But I love it because you love it. That would be the truth. You know? But they're gonna sprinkle a little crack on it and tell it differently.
He a dummy to us. He a whole bunch of
exactly.
To us. Like
he's like a sucker to us. Yeah. You know? I heard this about him, really and truly. You know?
But that's show boo. So you know, we here for you, girl. Yeah, no.
can't tell that truth. So you have to tell a little bit of a gloss lie, if you want to call it that way.
A little fairy tale.
Little sprinkle, just a little dust on that. Just a little sprinkle.
Oh, that's special. See? Oh, that's special. See, AW, we know it. See, AW, no, but she try to act like she don't be out here. You know, AW be blunt. We know she be blunt, but she be trying to act like she don't be hitting some people with some niceness, a little niceness. I mean, you got to do it at work and all this stuff like that. So, I mean, sometimes to make things work, we will put a little bit on time. And like you said, the number one reason is to buy time. Either if this to buy time just to get past the situation, let's get to the night. You in this outfit, child. We ain't got never see this thing again. I'll burn it out.
We're gonna burn it after.
Shrink it. I'll do something so you never have to wear this thing again. Don't worry.
But where's my top? I don't know.
Did you see last? I don't know. You took it to the cleaners, right? What happened? I don't know.
They must have not brought it back.
Ever. Please don't buy it again either. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I think when it's intentional to spare your partner's feelings in some way, and I'm not talking about I'm out here cheating and I just don't want my partner to catch me, so that I'm sparing their feelings. Like, no. I'm talking about on some BS, like literally she looks good, but she might be a little thick and she might have bought a size too small for her right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I love all that thickness of her. But no, not this one. You know, that little bit right there, that's different. Or the hairstyle. She just got.
I was gonna say that's the one that honestly is the one that as a man you can't. I promise you, I've done it. I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't like the way the partner was sitting there. Oh, so you're gonna tell me what my hairstyle should be? I said, okay. But it's real. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying to you? So now I gotta suffer for next month. I just gotta hold it down.
Yeah. Because sometimes, and here's the thing, and like the comedian said then too, he's like, sometimes we want the lie because we might have even had a bad hair day I was watching one
Yeah,
of these
yeah.
girls I like to watch, and she went and got a cut, and the lady just blunt cut her stuff, jacked it up, clean up, and
I
she's
saw that.
trying
Yeah.
not to cry. My
Yeah.
girl, the counsel, she's trying
Mhm.
hard not to have a whole breakdown and just try to go through it. And sometimes, like on that day, she might go to her guy and be like, "Babe, how's this haircut?" And he just go, "Oh my God, they fucked your shit." That can make it way worse than
Yeah.
just saying,
You
I
lose your
mean,
girl.
it's cool. Was this what you was going? I'm not like, help me out, babe. So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we was doing, what we was trying to get at. You know, sometimes you just have to like have some little reserve pleasantry in the background, because you just have to know your personnel. Your personnel might have breakdowns, and they might have episodes where they just need that reinforcement, that encouragement to say, I know this is not what you wanted, but we'll get through this. You know what I'm saying? Even in those moments of financial, it's not bad. With the pause.
That must
like you brought up the men and the financials, you know what I'm saying? And say he lost his job. As a woman, we might not feel good about it or whatever. We might not be happy about it, but I can't go, "Oh, you ain't shit. You lost another damn job." This. Babe, we got this. We're going to figure this out.
You have no clue how you're going to figure it out, but I'm going to lie to the bells.
Yeah. But cool and calm and collected on the outside. Like,
you're going to go sleep crying. We're going to be homeless. You good, babe? You can get you a job. Don't worry, baby.
Rocking like my girl in that chair, baby. Like, who?
My nigga ain't shit. Oh
God damn.
Not another job.
Another way you can't keep a job. Shit. No, I keep getting it.
Oh, frick me.
You know, sometimes it just be, and it's like I say, I feel some are necessary. Some are necessary. Not to keep people in misunderstanding or the gray area, or just have an upper hand or power over them when they're done out of a particular type of love. You know, I feel like it's okay. It's okay. But just know there are still consequences if a person.
Yeah, that's going to say that is it is probably better to tell the truth in every circumstance, even if it gets hot, but it's just hard sometimes because, like I said, I think we all trying to buy ourselves some time because we're like, do we want to have to go through that storm, or do we want to have to? Because even some lies are because of financial constraints. Look, think about this. Imagine your girl just spent 300, 400 for her hair. Does not like it for the most. You looking at it going, girl, look like a bird nest. In your head, you're like, this is awful, right? Now, how do you fix that? When you know you ain't got 400 to spare again, right? That lie might have to come out. Baby, you look good, you look fine, right? Next month when it comes out, maybe you tell the truth after that, baby. Listen, that hairstyle, let's not do it again. But you can't tell that at the time because, fam, that requires a financial fix, and you ain't got the financial power to do so. Sometimes you just gotta hold it down, you know. And I'm sure that's happens to both men and women, you know. You know what I mean? So AW said, I don't ask, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
But then again, that comes back to a lie, right? Because even though you haven't asked, if I do feel some type of way about it, though, what if I do? What if you haven't asked me, but you walk past me and I look at it and I go, that ain't her best, and that ain't good either. You know how I'm feeling. I got to swallow how I feel. That ain't the truth. But I've got to swallow how I feel about the situation because, like AW said, you haven't asked me, but I do feel some type of way.
And that's why I say I don't need you to be transparent in this moment. Keep that to yourself. Stay Delulu with me. Stay Delulu with me, okay? Hell, sis, fix your face. Stay Delulu with me. I know it's gonna be hard at the end of the night when I'm trying to get some with this thing looking like this.
We're not looking like scarecrow.
Like this on my head. But just try to figure out how to make it work, baby. Lie to yourself in the moment. Just try to think of somebody else. Like you gonna lie to look, hey, people lie right then and there too. They be thinking about other people during sex, so I don't know. They good. They better than me. But listen, if they could do it, well, look, don't look away.
I don't know what that is. I ain't never done it before.
I don't know. Good for them. You know what I'm saying? Listen, my imagination not that daggone good.
You know what I mean? I
But
ain't gonna. But you're right. It does have consequences, and I think obviously again. So encapsulating everything that we said, I think it's all about as well making sure you do set up an arena of safety, right? So if we are going to tell the truth, and it is a harsh truth, you do need to be able to set up a nice arena for it. You know what I mean? So that when it does hit it, the person can trust that what you're saying is not to hurt me, but it is to improve me. You know what I'm saying to you? I think some hard truth. Listen, if my breath is kicking, tell me. I do not want to go out into the world with a harsh breath. So baby, just be like, hey, baby, your breath is a little hot. You know what I mean? It's gonna sting for the moment, but I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna take my ass into that bathroom and go and brush your tongue again. Because clearly the breath is stinking. Like if my armpits are stinking, it's gonna be a little bit painful, but tell me, baby, your armpits are doing, you know what I mean? Just, and I'm gonna have to take it. Because I think, again, those are important truths because I don't want to be caught outside. You feel what I'm saying? So those things again, but you can only do those things when you've actually birthed a right relationship in terms of safety with the person, where when you say it, person doesn't take it as if you're actually trying to offend them or hurt them or be mean or be abusive. That takes a level of cultivation between the two of you, where you guys have spoken some truths, but also been respectful in the way that you've done that as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's important as well, creating a safe space for that.
Yeah, definitely had a safe space, and what we both already said is just know that there could be some ramifications afterwards. Because it can go either way. Like I said, like you tell me if I ask if I look a little big up in this, and you tell me I look small, I'd be like, what? Like, so I ain't thick, so I ain't been working out in the gym. So it might go the wrong way. So you gotta walk a little fine line of your gray area. That's what I'll tell you. Live in the gray, play in the gray. But it's still like, even if the truth was to come out. Because sometimes this happens a lot more when we suppress our feelings and we tell a different thing or whatever stuff, because after some time our actual feelings do emerge out and seep out of us, and it eventually becomes known to everybody that you feel a certain type of way. Because we like to say, all right, how you feeling, babe? Oh, I'm okay. Knowing daggone well we're not okay. And so sometimes we do stuff or whatever and it comes out. But knowing that if it's going to be some type of backlash for when the person say, well, I asked you if you're okay, you just told me yes, and now we're fighting because you weren't okay in the first place or whatever and stuff like that. Had you just told me in the truth that you wasn't okay with us doing whatever we said we was going to do, instead of suppressing your feelings. So that's why I say, like, it could have some backlash on certain things that you're saying or whatnot. I mean, if you're trying to make a person feel good in the moment, it's possibly true, but it depends on what it is about. If it's a confidence boost, maybe, yeah, okay. But like you say, if it's about your breath or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, bro, your breath is okay. Now we out in the world, and everybody talking about you. Hey, babe, why you say that? Or I had something on my teeth, and you just let me go. I asked you, I did have something on my teeth. Stuff in my hair. Is this okay? Got this pimple I didn't like too much. Is it too big? Like, what is it? Like, say something. Don't have me looking crazy. Now I'm mad at you.
It's interesting because I think it's interesting because I think obviously telling the truth also is difficult because everybody has their own insecurity, but also because sometimes the way you're showing up in a relationship. Let me give you an example. I remember it was one of my first relationship. I remember there was a time when one of my ex-girlfriends said at that time, "Oh, like you're gaining a bit of weight." I can't lie to you, I was mad, like pissed off. Here's why I was pissed off though. I was pissed off because I didn't tell you that you gained weight. Because you gained some weight, sis. You know what I mean? But you talking about my weight, But I realized, so only now after, of course, when you, at the time you don't recognize it, you're just feeling sensitive. But when I look back at it now and look at the situation, why was I so sensitive? It's because actually I felt like I couldn't tell her the truth. So how can you tell me the truth? So again, that's actually a personal inward work that individuals also need to do. Because sometimes when someone is telling you the truth, it is a truth, and you can't accept the truth because you yourself feel like, I don't tell you the truth, so why are you telling me the truth? Like, and it feels cruel, it feels painful, but actually it's actually a growth point for the person to actually start learning to be a bit more assertive without being cruel. So, you know, not like retaliating, but almost in the sense of saying, you know what, I've not been able to really tell you how I feel, and so when you're telling me something that's the truth, it's actually hurt my feelings. And I want to, you know, my actual truth is I also feel like he gained weight as well.
Well,
Just be
you
honest
know,
with you.
it's like I have a scenario or whatever
Mm,
where, you know,
mm,
I didn't want to miss opportunity, and I didn't want the other people to, in the party, in the group or whatever, to miss opportunity. So I just kind of like, you know, omitted information, but never was asked information either. So therefore, it was like that gray area. I just walked in the gray for as long as I could until asked and stuff. But however, it wasn't like something that I wasn't hoping to become true or whatever. It just didn't come true fast enough. So by the time I was asked, it was just like, yeah, I didn't tell you that, huh?
mm.
Yeah. Did you enjoy yourself though? Did you enjoy the experience though? If you enjoyed the experience, it was good for us all. Was it not? No. Oh. But yeah, but there's, like I say, there comes consequences at the end. So, you know, you can't dictate how a person responds to like the lie or the manipulation or whatever they want to call it in those moments, even though it was done out of just wanting the person to have the experience or whatever. Because it's just like, I don't know, without going into too much detail, it was just like I just knew the person would not go along with the whole opportunity had everything been laid out on the table. It's kind of like when my dad used to get us to eat foods when we were little.
Mm-hmm.
He would not tell us what it was until after we ate it. Because he was like, if I tell you what it is beforehand, you're not going to do it. But if I just give it to you and you eat it and then I tell you afterwards, then you'll give a real opinion of
It
what it
sounds
is you just ate.
it doesn't sound good at all.
I know the little manipulation as a child, but I'm like that. I mean, that's the way that we end up with a lot of different things. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear
It's
you.
like if he just gave it to us, it's like, oh, this is rabbit, this is frog, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, first thing, no, I don't want that. But as a kid, you just be like, here's a piece of meat, try it. And then it's like now it's what he was doing is opening our palates to different things. But you know, one person be like, well, you're lying to your kid about what they're eating or whatever. But in his mind, it was to get me to have the experience without judgment prior. So it also comes, now that I think about it, it also comes down to POV. So like,
Yeah,
I'm,
no, that absolutely POV, yeah. POV context, the situation,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Because in that sense, you know, you gotta that might work for that scenario. Does it work for all contexts of scenarios? Maybe not, you know,
Mhm.
where information is. And that is a tough thing because I think like, yeah, it's a tough thing because sometimes knowing what you want to say, what you can and what you no one say shouldn't, but maybe if you're not ready to say certain things at that point in time, that can be looked at as omission. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Mhm.
Which could be termed as a lie. But sometimes you're just trying to figure out whether you feel safe enough to actually say it or whether you feel like this is the right place to say it.
All right.
And you know, yeah, exactly. And then sometimes, yeah, you like I said, like you, it's a tough one, like I said, because contextually depends on what the context is. You know what I mean? Because in some certain scenarios, it's a dangerous game. And then some others, like you said, that one is just like that has an innocent context in terms of like trying to get your a bit like when parents will be like, this is when they want to get you to drink medicine. It's like, oh, this is Coke. And the
Mhm.
medicine's in a Coke bottle. And you drink it and you're like, oh, and no, it wasn't the medicine, right? Context is important. That was a lie. But
Mhm.
the lie was for the intention of getting you to drink because they wanted you to drink the medicine. So the context is important.
Mhm.
That's what I would say about that aspect, isn't it? It's a context that's important.
Yeah, it's kind of like who you're trying to protect or who you're trying to save in that situation. Is it yourself or is it for the other person or whatnot and stuff like that? And I mean, at the end of the day, it's still going to be up to that person to decide on how they feel it was to them. Because, like I said, I can be doing it with pure intent and good intent, and with a good heart and kindness and all this love and stuff like that. But if you don't see it that way, then it is what it is. Like nothing, nothing I did it's gonna matter, because that's not how you took it, and that's not how you received it. So if it's always gonna feel like a lie to you, then that's what it's going to be. And whether I was doing it to save face, save you, or shield you, I have to take into account that how you receive it is what it's going to be. And like, because I mean, like, if a person feels lied to, they're not going to want to hear, well, I did it in good intent.
This is the thing.
I did it to save you. I did it to protect you. It's never going to be seen that way. So it's just like, you just got to have good faith that this lie that you tell doesn't be seen as a negative.
What's so crazy is that, if you're really honest, a lot of the lies, and let me just make it personal. I think that like when I was in Egypt, my lies weren't anything to do with like, like I like you, or when I didn't like them. It was never. Well, actually, you can say that. Actually, like if someone says I like you is still a lie. I do like you, but I will never say I like you to get to, like, you know what I mean? Like, so if someone says, oh, why you want to talk to me? I'll be like, yeah, I like you. I do, but I know what you're asking. You know what I mean? I know you're really asking about relationship, and I'm like, no, I like you. You're cool. If I was to tell you the truth, no, you're cool, but I can only see you as having sex with. Like, I'm not going to add that truth. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So the lie is that I'm going to add that little way. It's like, no, you're cool. I like you. And that's why I'm going to leave it. You know what I'm saying to you? Right? I know what you're asking. And I think also there were some other things where lies, there is a lie that you tell that, again, comes from shame. You know what? I can't lie to you. There was one or two things that I did that were just shameful. And I said, I've got to lie about that. I'm sorry. That's, you know what I mean? Like, I got to lie about that. I'm sorry, I gotta lie about that. I did some things in Egypt. I was like, nah, I gotta lie about that. Yeah, I can't tell that girl I did that thing because, bro, that's shameful. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss that one. Because it doesn't necessarily directly affect you, but it is shameful to me. You know what I'm saying to you? So I think that in itself is also a big thing for a lot of people, and that's actually, and again, that's a scale or spectrum, because that you can say you're ashamed of having STD. And you probably should tell someone, whether you felt shame or not, you should tell someone. So again, it always comes down to that context. And I guess the real thing is that lies tend to expand. So it's just, it's contextually in that aspect as well. Ooh.
Not when all your clothes get until you know you gain weight. Yeah. I wouldn't say just do it out of habit or on a regular, or just be that. But here or there, they're useful. They can be useful or whatever. Sometimes when you're just tired of eating certain foods with like at certain places and stuff, but that's your partner's place. I'm just gonna go because it makes my partner happy. And I can't stand to cook the people. I can't stand the environment, but my partner, the smile on their face every time they go up in there, they just light up for whatever reason. I'll go with it because I just want to see them happy today. There's been many times that people have sacrificed going to movies, games, picnics, festivals, all of these things, just because they partner like it. Suck it up, buttercup. We go on, because my baby said they want to go. I can't stand. And you always hear them in the corner. I can't stand coming to these things. They find a little clique. They click with other little liars, and they just all in the corner just talking all their truths now, like how they can't stand it. As soon as their baby look over, hey, baby, yes, I'm having a great time with the boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she over there, yes, I'm with the girls, and we have to, girl, look, I can't stand this. I don't know. He keep making us come to these things and stuff. Find out you both been lying about it. Mr. and Mrs.
I don't want to be here.
No, but
because
yeah,
he loves it.
you know, sometimes it be like the in-laws. It's another one. The in-laws, you got there's a lot of lies being about the in-laws because a lot of times the people don't understand their in-laws, but they be like, you know, they'll put up with them for they loved ones. So there's necessary times. I would just not just say just make it a habit. Again, do not do that. Don't get to a space where you can't tell your lies from your truth, or you're doing it to intentionally get over somebody. When it becomes a dark thing, when it's become something that you're just trying to get the upper hand, the power back, and the dynamic shifted in your favor or something like that, that's where I feel like it becomes a real problem and whatnot. But other than that, sometimes it's necessary.
Indeedy. Well, our 45 minutes is up. I promised you the time. So listen, we are out of our time, but you know, you know, AW gave a good one there.
Mm-hmm.
You lie your ass off. Okay, I've done that one myself, and all I heard was, "You don't support me. You're not my backbone. You're not loyal. You're supposed to lie." Okay, a lie gently, and then later on, maybe a month later down the line, say, "Babe, you know that situation. Yeah, you know, you just needed to just calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? Lie in the moment. Okay, all right. Don't tell the truth and tell them they're wrong,
Yeah.
because you ain't gonna get the results that you want to see. So,
Let them come down.
exactly. Let them win this one and just go with it. Like, baby, yeah, I hear you. You're right. Can't believe she would say that. He or she would say that. They're just wrong for that. And then give her a few weeks and you tell them, babe, like, no, I see what you're saying, but you know, some of the things you were saying was a bit wild. They've had to think about it. They now feel better. They're like, you know what, babe, I hear you. You know, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They can hear you at that point. Okay. But yeah, listen, look, we it was a good conversation. You know, I hope nobody's taking that you should go and start lying to your partner.
No,
That
please.
was not what we were saying.
Never.
We're just saying there were just key moments that
Don't even try
sometimes
to
something will
practice
happen.
it.
You know what I mean? Don't run with this and take it somewhere. Holy Spirit. We're just saying that there's certain moments where it is easier just to kind of just not tell the full scope of the truth and kind of move with it as well. So, you know, behave yourselves out there. But listen, my time is up. And my co-host time is up as also. So we appreciate y'all. Stay locked, stay loaded. We will see you next week for another installment of Dilemma Wednesdays as well. Appreciate guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you again soon. Much love. Tara. Good night.
Make sure y'all like the live.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed